And then our zip ties simply go right here. We can fold this over, roll this up, cinch this down, and there we got almost half of our thing, almost half of this table in this one little bag right here. Let's go ahead and move some of this stuff over on the bench, and I'll show you right where this goes in the pack, which is upstairs. Hold on a sec. Keep it rolling. Okay, so here's our pack, which you've seen before if you've seen my previous videos. It's a pretty decent little MOLLE system I got set up here. Currently, right now, I have Air Pro in this bottom pocket of the backpack, and that's because I take this shooting. And I don't really consider this to be part of my bug out kit. That said, they fit. So we're just going to take the stuff out of here. Headlamp, these gloves, and those Air Pro go in there. So basically 1/3 of all these tools fits right there and just disappears into the bottom of the backpack. Now let's look at how we store the rest of this. Let's go ahead and stand my backpack up. I apologize if you can't see the entire thing here. The main pocket here is going to hold the bigger things like this. This simply won't go anywhere else. So we're just going to stuff these right down in here. Now this is why I emphasized in my previous video about having things that can be punctured on the outside of the pack, because I have lots of things inside the pack that could puncture things. That's why my food and rubber gloves and medical supplies and stuff like that are on the outside of the pack. And then we have our handy dandy little breaker bar. We're just going to toss this in here too. Now this pocket here is mostly warm weather gear, a collapsible canteen, and some of these bigger tools. Why so many tools? Yeah, I know there's a lot of tools in here, guys, but when you know how to use it, you can fix anything. Now what's it matter if you can fix anything if you can't survive? Well, if you guys saw my previous video, you know we're also preparing a full-blown trauma kit right here, and you also know that we're pretty good on weapons and ammo too. So I think all around we've got everything pretty settled. We got emergency food, we got ways to carry water. Okay, so the rest of these tools go on the combat belt. When we move the backpack out of the way, now you guys saw the previous video, so you've seen my chest rig. This is enhanced LBV. It's an Alice system. This is an enhanced LBV. I also have a little bit of IBA worked into it. This provides Kevlar armor around your neck, but most importantly, it helps distribute the load of the vest. Pretty cool little idea. The rest of the tools go here. Let's get this up on, it's kind of messy here. Let's get this up on the table. All right, so here's the back part of it. There's a lot of the pouches are in the back. This is just an open canvas bag. I showed this in the previous video. This is our waterproof case. I have an empty 2-quart canteen container there, and that's where this goes. This is going to hold stuff that we don't want to get wet. Of course, duct tape is waterproof, but we'll have some duct tape in here. What else goes in here? Super glue. We'll store some super glue in our waterproof bag. And what else? Some electrical tape. Store this stuff in here. We'll just make it nice and tidy. And this goes, it's kind of hard to see, but again, if you guys have seen my previous videos, and I'll have some pictures here so you can see how this looks when it's all assembled. This goes right on the back of the belt in this canteen holder. It's really handy. Now let's go ahead and let's flip to the front of the vest. This chest rig is not as complicated as it looks, guys. I promise you. Trying to wad it all up on this tiny table is making it a little bit harder. Alright, so here's the front of the vest. Here's my easy grab pouches. This pouch right here is going to be dikes, the small channel locks, well the medium sized ones I guess, and this screwdriver are going to fit in this magazine pouch right here. These are things that you may need to grab. These are like the most handy tools that you need to grab. This is the left side. As you're wearing this is your left side. Let's pull up the right side. We have a mirror image of pouches. This pouch is actually reserved for a magazine for my concealed carry weapon, and this one right here is reserved for the needle nose pliers. We have all the most handy tools we need right in front of us. This pocket right here is reserved for our flashlight. We have a couple flashlights. We want one nice and handy right in front of us. Everything else goes on the back of this. Actually, I'm adding this multi-tool to the kit, so we'll just throw it in this pocket. There's a knife in this pocket, but there's still also room for a multi-tool. We're going to throw that in there with a knife. I'm not including knives in this tool collection here because where do you draw the line? If I have knives in here, then I have to have a machete and an axe, which I do have. Those are part of the bug out kit, and those are very important things. Let's move on to where the rest of the tools go. Here on the back of the belt, we have what I think this is probably originally, it's military surplus, as is all this. I think this was originally a scope pouch, but guess what, guys? This thing can pack in the tools like you would not believe. We can pack all the rest of the tools in this. Now altogether this chest rig ends up weighing, oh, probably about 20 pounds. It's actually not bad, especially considering it's distributed all across your body and supported by the nice Kevlar padding on your neck. And that's it, guys. That's it. That's where all the tools go. Whoops, we forgot our battery terminal cleaner. We got plenty of room for that in here. This pouch, by the way, this basically sits right on my right behind my right hip. It's close enough, easy enough access. I can actually turn around, unzip this, and fish through it without having to take this whole rig off to get to the tools I need to get to. Everything is pretty easily accessible. Let's go ahead and get this up here. And again, I'll show you guys a picture of how this all goes together. So here's our fully assembled LBV. There's no way this weighs more than 20 pounds. This is not bad. You don't even feel it. In fact, it feels nice and really snug. And then we have the rest of the tools right here in our backpack. That's not to mention first aid, emergency food supplies, ways to acquire water, pretty much everything. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really wanted to show the tools that I think are necessary for any kind of end of the world, doomsday, apocalypse situation. You have this stuff with you. You have the means to survive, thrive, and fix anything that's in your way. Alright guys, this episode was focused on tools. Next episode, we're going to move on to other things. We're going to have survival tips, and we're going to have firearms training with a certified instructor. We have a lot of cool stuff to go over in this channel. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Always prepped. I'm Ryan. I will catch you guys next time.